Let's talk about how we feel right now.
Okay,
I'm exhausted.
Okay.
I'm tired.
No,
Your
no,
9 to 5 pays the bills. Your 5 to 9 builds the dream.
Let's talk about how we burnt ourselves out this
We
past
were
month.
working 9 to 5 jobs, and then we were working 5 to 9 on our screenwriting.
And
Let me tell you how that turned out. Okay?
we did it for about a month.
How many tears?
It
Tears.
was every single
Shed.
night. We only had Saturday off. We would work our entire Sunday in addition. So
To every day of the week.
6 days.
On top of
We were working 12-hour days.
filming the podcast,
Yeah, we were
editing
literally
the podcast.
9 to 9.
Literally.
It was insane. Would not recommend.
It got to a point.
Ended up in puddles of tears because we were just so tired.
Ava broke
I'd like to
first. We call
specify
her-
who we is.
Ava was
Oh
the
my
canary. We call
God.
Ava the canary in the coal mine because
You
just
and
say
Maddie.
we. I did after Ava.
Okay, listen.
It's not as it's not a competition.
I am
I'm
not
just
ashamed to admit that I cry often, okay? But it's with good reason. And I was like this at school.
Yeah,
and
but I was
have a job now.
joking.
It's like as soon as I'm just one of those people that when I get overwhelmed, I just
But
like
I was joking that Ava cried
Tears.
first, and I was like, okay, something
As
needs
per.
to change. But Maddie's a bit of a tyrant when it comes to our work process.
Some would
but
call me a machine.
I do.
Sure.
She's a.
So what happens is Ava breaks down first.
Everyone's like, oh,
Everyone's
it's
like,
just
"Oh my
another
God, it's just
Tuesday.
it's just Ava though. You know, she's just in a puddle of tears, but who cares? And then Maddie starts to break down, and that's when
That's when you know
Maddie's
there's
like,
a real-
something needs to change.
That's when you know there's
That's
a real
when the change
problem.
really happens.
But also when Maddie breaks down, that's when you know there's like a real problem because like she's a
machine.
robot machine. Like she can go for a
Yeah.
really long time, and I'm like,
can.
I'm tired. I need a snack. I need.
At the end of the day, we all have a breaking point, and we
Yeah.
hit it.
and we hit it.
we hit
It
it.
was 1 full month, basically. I think
it
was it a
was.
full month?
It was, and we were like,
Wait,
we
no,
were,
it wasn't. Because
And I
it was
think-
3 weeks. No, I think it was 2 weeks.
Maddie, it was a
No,
month.
It was a month. Trust.
But it was all in January. Like January's not even over yet.
No, I think it was also in December because
Anyway, regardless.
Long story short, we burnt ourselves out.
And I think like
and then Maddie asked ChatGPT.
well at first
'Cause at
even though
first
we're
Maddie,
like
Maddie's like something needs to change. Like she was starting to break down. And I was like, okay, well, Maddie, I think we need to work we need to have some days off during the week. Like we
The
need
reason
a
we've-
few nights to ourselves. And Maddie is like literally she can't even look at me. She's like, no. She goes, I need to ask Chat. And then Chat literally told her exactly what I could have told her, which is let's work 2,
but with
nights
more
a week.
M dashes.
but with more M dashes.
it said work 2 nights. Basically we were like basically what ChatGPT said was like
we were working 6 days a week. So we did 12-hour days Monday to Friday. And then I'd say like a 5-hour day on a Sunday.
yeah.
And then I was like, well, Maddie, maybe we should just do like twice or 3 times in the week and then once on the weekend on Sunday. And she was like, no, I can't. I need to ask Chat.
You have to understand too, we've also
No,
been
I
working
know.
really hard because we're going on vacation for 2 weeks and we want to get the first draft of our script done because it's good to like take a step back. We're like,
Yeah.
this is our perfect opportunity.
Because
to take a
usually
step
we
back.
like plan a break because it's good
Yeah.
to take like a week or 2 away from it and then come back to it with fresh eyes. And then on top of that, we're all trying to prep for our vacations with work. So it's just been like, but then
Extra
Maddie, but then
super Chat,
busy.
you know what Chat said when Maddie finally asked Chat instead of her own sister? Chat said, I'm just kidding. Chat said to her, that's because, what did it say? You're
Chat
working
said
like a
the
robot?
problem is you're scheduling you're building your schedule for robots, not artists who have 9 to 5 jobs.
Yeah. And I was like, Maddie, I could have told you that.
It also said
But it had
that-
to come from Chat.
Chat also said
As
that
I'm sure many
because-
people can relate to.
Chat also said it's mentally draining to go like to be like switching constantly from like work mode to screenwriting mode, and like they're like it's better to like just like do more in like certain chunks
And
of time.
on top of this, we're also running this podcast.
the podcast.
So on Monday nights, my poor girl right here is watching the video, and then I like watching this back and
Yeah.
getting it prepped to post for
You
Tuesday
guys,
morning at
yeah.
1 in the morning, 2 in the morning.
1 in the morning.
1 in
We
the morning.
schedule it, but
We schedule it, but
we don't.
she
stay
gets it
up.
ready on Monday nights. We put the titles together, put all the description,
and then we
in,
have to clip them,
and we gotta
throughout the
clip
week
that shit.
and post those.
Dear Media, clip that. So all that to say,
we were exhausted. We weren't having fun anymore.
Talk about losing your sparkle. I was losing my
we
sparkle.
all
Sparkle was
our
gone.
Sparkle.
Sparkle was nowhere to
I
be
feel
found.
like
also
I'm
got to a
still
point where we
getting
Also,
it
on
back.
top of that, I had a
function.
really busy couple weeks at
Well,
work.
yeah. I
Same.
mean, it was.
It
We
was
all
awful.
had a busy couple weeks at work.
We were saying, you know, and it's like, it's not that I become important at work, but I think people have started to trust me, and now I have extra responsibilities.
Yes.
And that's a lovely thing, but it's also takes more time and energy.
Yeah.
What
And
I was going to
think-
say, though, is that my priority in life is that you should be having fun. Like, this is our life.
Yeah.
Every day you live at work, or 9 to 5 or 5 to 9, this is your life you're living every day. So if you're not having fun anymore, something needs to change.
Oh, for sure.
So I was like, we're not having fun, and especially when we're not having fun with screenwriting, because it's our like pride and joy and
like
our
usually
child.
that's the easiest.
That's the easiest
Yeah.
thing to
Yeah.
have fun with, and we weren't having fun. We
Well,
were
another
cranky.
thing that was making it hard was that we were writing scenes, and then the week after we were writing all those scenes, we had to analyze the scenes, and that requires like even more brain power.
That
because
requires
you
a
have
little
to
more
really
thought.
be like analytical in your thinking. So you can't just like, you know, free flow write it. You got to like make
Yeah, you
it
can't
better.
just like
Yeah.
enter, because when we write, sometimes it's really
It's
nice.
fun.
You just
It's
like
really
you listen to
fun.
music,
fun.
you
You
enter
just,
a
like,
little
make
universe, you
stuff
let
up.
your brain, let your mind wander.
you
and
can't
think
do
about
both at the
different
same
things.
time, right? Like you can't analyze the scene
No.
while you're writing it. Like
So then
it's
once
not,
we write it, we go to the analyzing
Yeah.
phase, and then we get really
that's when we really
nitty
started
gritty.
to hit our breaking
So,
point.
yeah.
So the fix is, you know, editing, working for 2.5 hours Tuesday night, Thursday night, and then working for 2.5 hours Sunday, and then batch filming this for 2.5 hours. And in addition to that, Ava and Elle
all
also
for
have
an
an
hour.
audition this weekend. So
We do.
That's
Yeah.
like, anyway, it's been a busy,
And it's
busy
already
day.
dark out. So
Yeah.
we're going to we have a very large light on us right now, and we're going to need that very large light
You're
for
gonna
Ava
need
and I.
another large light. We have two.
We don't
But-
need another one for our
No,
audition.
you do. You should. Because I
But-
did that for mine.
All that to say is, you know, listen to your body.
Just find
Yeah.
it. Like,
And I
it's,
think like
still
I
move
think
it
we always
forward,
that's what
but
we're
find
saying.
a
That's what
like-
we say is like, it's not like we quit cold turkey and we're like, we're not doing this anymore. Like, we still fit it in, but just maybe not as extreme as we
I
were
think
before.
too, like there can be a lot of narratives around success over like gunning it till you're there, and it's like the reality is that dreams take time. It's like Rome wasn't built in a day.
You have to
know?
pace yourself.
So you have, to create a system.
And I
that-
said to Ava recently, it's
Yeah.
a marathon, not a sprint.
yes.
So anyway, that was just a little eye-opening for us this past little bit.
Yeah.
And it was very exhausting. We weren't having fun anymore. And again, as I said, I live by this. This is our life, you know?
The thing that
These
like,
days we're living
and I
out
think
here.
the thing
days
that,
of our
that I
lives.
struggle
Days
with, like, it like, do I want to work on screenwriting every single day? Obviously, yes. I
Yeah.
would love to work on screenwriting every single day, but it's almost like you have to have a discipline with yourself to give yourself the night off so that you have more energy to like. Even it was starting to affect my work. Like I was in my workday, I was like, I feel so drained.
Yeah,
I'm moving at a snail's
it's true.
pace. Like I
Oh
can't
yeah.
get
I
these
felt
'cause you're just,
overwhelmed
like,
by simple tasks.
Well,
Yeah,
it's-
literally.
it's like the opposite of like, you know, when
Because we
people are
weren't
like,
giving
oh,
ourselves
like,
any time.
the Oprah's classic thing of like your cup runneth over. It's like my cup runneth so depleted that like I was running on depletion.
Yeah.
Do you know what if that makes sense?
I
I
think
get what
so.
you're saying.
I was
we didn't-
depleted already.
There was nothing. There was no gas left in the tank.
no gas left in the tank, and you're trying to drive.
And it
you
was
know?
funny because
That's-
we made that decision, and then I think it was Monday night. I had my first like night off in a while. My God, it felt great. I was like, I went to work the next day, and I felt like a new woman.
that was
I
my
like,
Tuesday night. I was like, that was my first night off. I was like, wow, I needed this.
I know we needed it. We needed it.
I had my
desperately.
Also, the
first
rules
So
Wednesday.
to all
like
the people out there doing their 5
Building
to 9
your
grinds,
dreams, yeah.
9 to 5 grind, and then a 5 to 9 grind.
Yeah,
We
we see you first
see
of all.
you, and don't listen to the people who are like, you have to wake up every day at 5.
No, it's a
and you have to do
marathon,
this."
not a
You just got to
sprint.
do what works
If
for
you burn
you
yourself
sustainably.
out, guess what? Nothing's gonna get done.
No,
if you
and
burn
I
yourself out.
also I say this to us a lot. I say I don't want to turn something we love into something we hate. So want to make sure that you don't do that.
Yeah, I think it's like
No.
a discipline too of like for me when I have time off, I'm very disciplined of like not working, like not using my brain.
yes, and I
just,
say
like,
this: you have to
intentionally
consciously
not
turn your
doing
brain
anything.
off.
Not stressing myself out, like just doing what relaxes me. That can look different for everybody, but just like
Yeah.
do what honestly like shuts your brain off. whether you're like, I don't know, do you like to play piano in your spare time and that makes you feel better? Do it. Like, but don't work.
Yeah. And I also think consistency is key.
And I have guilt about that. Like, the reason I'm saying that is because I'm the kind of person that criticizes myself if I don't feel like I'm working enough. And I actually heard this term. It's called work dysmorphia, when you work for yourself.
Yeah, it's true.
It's like you never feel like you're doing enough, even though you do a lot. You don't ever feel like you're doing enough because the work never ends, and you're just like, I'm not doing enough, and it makes me feel like one of the criticisms I have to myself is like, I'm treating this dream, this thing that I want to become my full-time thing. I'm treating it like a hobby if I don't do it every single night. Or I'm not doing enough. I'm not working hard enough. So I think
not true.
You know what I think though is I always think like the key to success is consistency and grit. And I just don't think that like working yourself to the bone, it's like you won't. And also like
I've also been there where I've worked myself to the bone.
Yeah.
And then you get there, you become successful, you get there, and you can't even enjoy it because you're so tired.
And you start hating the process.
Explicit.
Sorry.
And you started hating the process because
and then you start like not having fun. And then like I remember being there, you know, when I was a teenager, I burnt myself out because I was like working crazy back then.
You were CEO of burning yourself out. BT dubs.
But now I'm wiser about it for sure.
Ava and I have very high self-compassion scores, which I think we've talked about.
They scored like 99.
I'm very good at knowing when I need to rest. It's about convincing her
that we can all rest.
Time to rest. Yes. And that's
convincing
just
our workaholic.
And
I wouldn't say I'm a workaholic because I'm not working just for the sake of it.
You're not a workaholic. You're just like you have you're very
driven.
Yeah, but you're like I said before, you're like a robot. Like you can go for like longer than human average.
You're addicted to working.
But I'm not addicted to working because I don't work. Like you can't just give me something to work on. I'm working on it because I actually care about it.
No, I know, but
I
I'm
just
saying,
like work on anything.
No, but I mean like you're a workaholic when it comes to screenwriting.
To the things I care about, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I don't know if work.
See, I'm the kind of person I'm like if I'd be like, oh, I wish I could work on this every day because I love it so much, but the fact is some days I have a stressful day at work and I'm exhausted, and it's not that like we don't do it, it's that we have plans and we stick to them, but it's like we've made the plan now of like Tuesday, Thursday, and it's like we stick to those 2 hours, and then if we're tired,
but
like,
also the beauty of us working as 3 people is that if there's a day where it's like Ava's burnt out and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna take this shift, I'll finish the scenes for you today. And also she like did the podcast on Monday, so I was like, you know what, I'll do these scenes for you today. Yeah. Like I have energy.
You have a backup,
so I'll do it. So it's like that's what's nice.
There's always progress.
There's 3 of us,
made.
Even if like you aren't doing anything yourself, like there's gonna be someone who's pushing it forward, and that's always been the case. Like I feel like even before we were working full time and we were just doing this during like COVID. Like there were days where it's like she would be spearheading. There's days where she would be spearheading. There's days where I would be spearheading. It's like it just kind of shifts. And then
I think another thing that helps too is focusing on what you can control, because no matter what industry you're in, there's always going to be chaos. There's always going to be bullshit. There's always going to be stuff that you're just like so disenchanted by. And, you know, working in the entertainment industry is such a public, you know, display of things that I can easily get very discouraged about things.
She's gonna sneeze. Sorry.
Oh my god. Okay, it's gone.
But what I go back to, well, first of all, one thing that's been helping me when I start to spiral is talking in third person. I read about like this neuroscientist talking about it. It actually works. So like I'll journal in third person, or I'll like write in third person, and that helps. Journaling, like doing 3 pages of a journal in the morning, helps that would be
sometimes. Like, Ava, you're gonna be okay.
Or Madison.
Thank you.
Is feeling anxious about this thing.
I do it all the time. Like, I'm like, Ava,
give
you
it
can do this.
Yeah, third person point of view. Yeah.
And I'm just like trying to complete a graphic.
Ava and Elle validated it because they have high self-compassion scores. They're like, oh, I do that naturally. I was like, congratulations. Freaking hell. I think I got like 7 out of 10.
Maddie will come to
self-compassion.
Maddie will come to me sometimes and be like, I read this thing about how this can help you, la da da. And I'm like, oh yeah, I do that. And then she'll be like,
even though we're like, what? Like it's hard?
We're like, oh, you're not doing that yet?
What? I did that when I was 7.
Self-compassion apparently is a
huge
deal.
It's a really big deal as you get older too. There's actually a test you can take. I think it's Kristen Neff self-compassion test online. You should take it.
She made us take it.
Yeah, she made us take it.
See how people score on it.
Growing up, she'll take something and she'll be like, take it. And then she'll like send us the link and be like, hey guys.
I'm glad you did it.
Yeah,
I am
well,
too.
you
I
know
was
you have the
curious.
super-
Was there, I
Superpower
feel like
of
there was a lot of
self-compassion.
questions.
There was a lot. Yeah. Be
Whenever she
prepared.
sends me these tests, it's
It'll
always
be
like,
but that means
She's
it's
like, it'll be
thorough
1 minute,
analysis.
and you're like there for half an hour. That's like when she
thorough
tells me to read an
analysis.
article, she'll be like, this article's a short one. It's like 10 pages,
I'm a
and I have a
speed
hard
reader.
time.
The thing is, Maddie's a speed
I'm
reader.
a speed reader. I'll read
And
a
I'll
lot
be
of
like-
articles.
I feel like a dimbo.
I'll read articles and organize
Dumbo?
them into checklists for us.
Dumb.
Yes.
But another thing I was going to say is what I always come back to for screenwriting, because it's such a daunting thing. Like, I know we're not, I know it's not rocket science. And that reminds me, like, it is possible because it's not the craziest thing in the world to be doing.
What
But
if
it
a
does
rocket
feel
scientist is watching this?
It is
Slay.
rocket science.
And it
to
is
you.
hard, and you'll figure it out.
It's hard. You go, Jiva.
We're all
We
getting
believe in
delirious.
you for what it's worth.
For what it's worth,
We believe in
go.
you.
Heart to heart.
You do that. But
I am that bitch though. That's like if someone's like,
I
Yeah.
want
All of
to
our
climb the
friends,
Mount
yeah.
Mount Everest, which actually I wouldn't advise against. I feel like it's really dangerous. But I'd be like, you can do it. Go
yeah.
for it. Go for
Anytime
your
someone's
dreams.
like, I want to do this thing, I'm like, yes, you do that thing.
Do it.
whenever
Join
someone's
the
like,
club.
I won't because I
Answer, do it.
We don't want to be alone over here being crazy,
'cause
working a
pe-
5
people-
to 9.
we do
like,
crazy
come
shit.
join us.
Whenever people find out about this little project,
You were
of
telling
ours-
your friend about it.
Yeah, well, I tell my friends. I tell my friends about it, and then people will be like, "Oh my god, like that's so nice that you're like pursuing your dreams." I'm like, "Yeah, like it's like me and my sisters all do it together, yada yada." And then I'll always end up being like, "Well, what's your dream?" And then they'll tell me, and I'll be like, "You could totally do that." Like I can't remember who I did this with.
One of your friends from work, I think.
I don't know, but they like told me what they wanted to do, and I was like, "That's totally possible. Like you can totally do
Just
that.
do it.
Just do it because what we're doing is also
That's
crazy."
so 2006.
The thing is, oh, you think?
Yeah. It was the time
I
of
think-
sparkle,
Yeah.
peak sparkle energy.
That was peak sparkle because everyone was wearing sparkles.
it was just like,
Just bring back rhinestones.
it was like peak no judgment, I feel like. And it's because there wasn't the
To be
internet
fair,
to
I
make
was
fun
4.
of you, I feel like. Anyway, but I
We're
think
getting off topic.
at the end of the day, I think it's focusing on what you can control. I follow Audrey Knox, who's been like our screenwriting Sherpa online.
Seriously.
Seriously, like
We
if
follow
you
her on
like,
LinkedIn.
You
and
have to follow her.
she's helpful.
It's like insane.
in
but
Substack, right?
her Substack or LinkedIn, it's fantastic.
Her articles
Anyway,
are linked in
she
all of
literally
her
had an
documents.
article that I always come back to. I've come back to many times, like throughout the past couple of years. That was like literally outlined how to focus on what you can control as a screenwriter, and like
That must have been really helpful
I
for
come
you.
back to that list often, and it's all what I'm trying to say is when you're working a 5 to 9 and you're trying to build a dream, it can be hard to feel a sense of progress.
Yeah.
And so it's important to create a way for yourself, and that's how you do it, is focusing on what you can control.
Exactly,
And focusing
yeah.
on like what you can measure
Yeah.
to feel a sense of progress, because it is a lot of work and it's draining, and you do
And
have,
you
like,
have
I
to take
moments-
it one very small step
You're gonna
at a
have
time.
moments
Yeah.
where you're like, oh my God, is this even worth it?
Yeah.
Am I going anywhere? Am I
Yeah.
doing all this work for nothing? Like, I get that way a lot of times.
I also think if you like think about the end goal, it can feel really far away. But one of my other life mottos that I say too much is just take things day by day.
Oh, I also read
Take it day by day.
I also read there was a study that people did, is like for 90 days, people would journal at night about where they want to be 1 year from now, and like their anxiety and stress went down a lot. And I do that sometimes at night, where I'll just think about where do I want to be, and then you write it down. And those are good guiding marks too of like goal setting for yourself.
Yeah.
Or even figuring out, like, I don't know, if you want a word of the year, or like put things on your vision board, like that can be a good inspiration for you of like, what am I frustrated about right now? Well, what's the opposite of that? Well, that's where I actually want to be. Like, whatever
Yeah.
you're, like, I do that for myself. As you all know, I can run angry and rageful. But
Our
I
Aries
I'll
princess.
use that to be like, okay, well, I'm upset about these things. So what in that thing is telling me what I actually want? And then that gives me direction. And then
I also
like,
think it's important to remind yourself that, like, if you're trying your best, that's enough, in my opinion.
see, that's
But I was just gonna
That's
elaborate.
we're
quick.
self-compassion.
It's just that trying your best is enough, and to me, that is going to get you where you want to be. And I think even there's like a lot of people, like we have a lot of friends that are just trying to figure out what they even want. Like, you know, we have a dream and a very specific goal of like where we want our
I think even
futures to
knowing
go.
what you want to do is a
Yeah,
gift.
and is great.
That's
but
a
I
huge
think
win
even if you're
in and of
just
itself.
trying to figure out what you want to do, even that is enough because at least you're trying and you're not just like staying stuck in something you don't want to do.
And I think regardless of where you are in life,
Yeah.
I think it's important to just consistently show up. Like if you don't know what
Yeah.
you want to do, consistently try new things.
Exactly.
And see to figure it out. Don't
Yeah.
give up on it. Like
My
take
other
the
favorite
time.
quote, and I say this to my friend Jen all the time, something's got to give.
Something's got to give.
And I said that to myself all
You know
the
who
time
you
about
got
a
that
job.
from?
You?
Grandma.
Oh, my grandma.
I think a lot
It's
of
true.
She always says
Because
that.
my
She goes,
grandma
something's got to
'cause
give.
when I was trying to
She
get a
does
job
say
in the
that.
summer, and it just felt like it was like this never ending. But I kept trying,
Yeah.
and because I kept trying, and my grandma was like, "Something's got to give," and it did.
After 8 months?
I think a lot of success
Something like that.
is
Turmoil?
consistently showing up, and like what you're saying is like if you consistently show up and do your best,
Yeah.
it's inevitable that something will happen. And a lot of times it happens in a way that's very spontaneous and you don't expect, but it just
Yeah.
came from the fact that you just showed up. And like, for example, like I'm always reading about ways to improve our screenwriting. And sometimes I'll discover something very random, but that becomes super helpful. Or you
yeah.
you just like keep editing a story, you know, like the screenwriting,
Yeah.
like our script. And then one day spontaneously be like, oh, I know the thing that's gonna make this so much better. And it's just because you just showed up.
Yeah.
And sometimes you start and also like don't wait to be motivated.
Yeah.
I think that's a huge one. People are like, oh, I'll do this when I feel like it. I'll do this when I'm like we, although, you know, we get burnt out, we have a set schedule.
We do.
We're like, we have to work on this 3 days a week. We are flexible in what those 3 days are.
The thing
because
is, you
some
have
nights
to
are
find the
different.
balance between you do have to push yourself.
Yeah.
Because, we are
Yeah.
tired after work every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
But
obviously in a
to-
perfect world, we could just relax and do nothing.
Yeah.
after work.
Yeah.
But the fact is too, I think for us, like we want it so badly
Yeah.
that that feeling is greater than whatever tiredness we're feeling
Yes.
in the moment.
Another motivator too, and we talk about this a lot, is like we all love and appreciate our 9-to-5 jobs, and at the same time, this is not the thing we want to do for the rest of our lives.
Yeah, because
And
you're
so the
working for the
thought-
next.
And the thought of doing that for the rest of my
40
life
years?
is like, oh my gosh, well, the 5 to 9 is worth it then because you're building for
Exactly.
future you.
We're
Like, you're
building
creating
something for future
so that
us
you don't have
that-
to do this forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've always just been people that like we have a very specific thing that we want, and we know it's not going to be perfect. Like we know it's going to come with its own stresses and anxieties and things like that, but it's just going to be worth it because it's the thing we want to do.
Exactly.
Like I feel like it's like, you know, athletes talk about that, right? Like they obviously have stresses and anxieties, but it's like the love of the game, you know?
Oh, yes.
I was
Let's end
actually
it there.
thinking,
Oh,
Yeah. We're done.
oh, yeah, just one last thing. I was actually thinking about how when you put a lot of pressure on yourself to be excellent, like I do that with myself.
yes.
I was realizing that like yeah, sometimes you need a mask of excellence. Like when you're in a job interview, obviously you want to come off as competent as possible. But I think it's important to differentiate, like I'm trying to do for myself, of like when I'm screenwriting, when I'm auditioning for something, when I'm doing all these other things, like I get to drop the mask of excellence and just exist and be a person and like be creative, and like this is my outlet where I don't have to have that. And then that way that takes the pressure off. Basically focusing on enjoyment and being like, this is where I get to enjoy myself and have fun and drop the pressure of like, it has to be perfect and excellent.
Yeah.
That's been helping me recently, because I think when you have your own thing, it's like, it's up to me, and you put all this pressure on yourself. And I think, yes, of course, you want to be excellent in what you're doing, and you have to have systems in place. Like we have checklists, we have articles, we reference things, but to like make it better and give yourself like the right guidelines to make it great. But you also need to focus on the enjoyment of it, because if you're constantly pressuring yourself to be perfect, that puts you in a fight or flight freeze mode where you're like,
and you're not going to be productive.
you're gonna either want to flee, like I've noticed in myself, you're either gonna want to flee and stop doing what you're doing. You're gonna like rage quit, or you're gonna get really mad and like combative, like I've gotten with you guys, or you get like put pressure on yourself and other people and get just frustrated and angry, or you freeze and are literally like, I can't be creative right now. I feel stuck. I feel like I'm not moving forward. So I think like a great way to escape that for yourself, because it's easy to get there when you're working for yourself and trying to build a dream, is just focusing on this being your outlet for
Yeah,
enjoyment.
and it's supposed to
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
enjoyable.
Enjoying it, and just like as long as you're moving it forward and you're trying your best, like that's enough. And I think like
if
it
you're
will happen.
disciplined in showing up and growing and learning from everything, I think
I say this a lot, but
One
if you
step
want
at
it,
a time.
if you want it bad enough, it will happen. Because
if you want it bad enough,
also
you're
just
it's
think-
not
be-
enough to just want it. You have to like do stuff because there's people who want things but they don't do anything.
yeah, but I'm saying like wanting something and then also like actively moving towards it
Consistently.
consistently
yeah,
is what gets you
Yeah.
somewhere.
100%.
For sure.
Yeah. We'll end it there.
We'll end it there. I'm gonna go make myself a cup of hot cocoa.
Yes.
Cheers.
On this
Cheers
chilly
to
day.
that.
Cheers, everyone.
Follow your dreams.
That's what your 20s are for.
Yeah, trying
Especially now.
things. Bye.
Gary Vee has great stuff on that.
Just one last
Thank
little
you.
nugget.
Yeah. Toodles.